Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Reed. Um, Update video, I guess. Um, yeah, so less than a milligram now. Very happy. But I would say, like, I took about a quarter, like 0.25 milligrams off of a milligram. So, I don't know, in layman's terms, three-quarter of a milligram is like what I'm dependent on now. So, that's really good. Again, down from 6 milligrams about a year ago, a little over a year ago now. Um, but man, like, let me tell you guys, now I have some experience with tapering under my belt and fast or slow or this or that, and everybody says like a slow taper works the best and you have the best outcomes and the most success with people getting and staying off Suboxone. And I don't know, based on my experience that I've had in the last year, I do say that that's probably the truth with the slow taper. Not that I'm off Suboxone yet, which I will. I know I'm gonna be. Like, it's been a freaking year and I've never gone backwards. You know, kind of like Dr. Park says in the videos. He says, like he's got the 16-week taper guide plan video, and then he says, don't look at it as weeks. If you're not ready, stay another week or whatever. He says, look at those 16 weeks as 16 blocks of time, you know, and that's kind of what I do. Sometimes I take it down a quarter milligram, and it's just like, usually that's pretty okay. But if you were to take it down an additional quarter milligram after only like 4 or 5 days, you start to feel off more so than the point than you want to at all. So what I would do is I don't know, the whole year was different for me. I didn't just have a set thing. Again, blocks of time, not set weeks, not exactly 7 days, 7 days. No, no, no. Some blocks of time were 3 weeks. Some blocks of time were a week. Some blocks of time were a month. Some blocks of time, it just different. It varied on how you feel and what's going on in your life at that time, and when you feel like you are ready to reduce without feeling any too bad of feelings. Now, the feelings that I felt pretty much every time I would drop, pretty much like besides just feeling a little off, I don't know. It's not even enough to write home about. Typically, at least when I was cutting off smaller doses, um, I wouldn't feel anything but diarrhea. I always have diarrhea for some reason for like 2 days, and I always know it's them Suboxone shits. I always know it is. You know, Once I was at work and I came back late for my break, and I told my boss what was up. Literally, she wrote me up for it. And then the HR guy tried to get me a 3-day suspension. My boss didn't think the HR guy was going to do that. So the HR guy told her to suspend me, and then she waived my suspension because she knows she needs me for what I do there. No, a lot of people can't do what I do at my job. It was just funny. So she waived the whole thing. I want to say, Jenny, I wanted to say to my supervisor, you were the one who initiated this. You could have just waved it off as okay. He had stomach problems. He came back 4 minutes late. I'm one of the first persons back from break every single day, every single break. And then one time I come back 4 minutes late, she writes me up and tries to suspend me for 3 days. Come on, man. Not her, but the guy higher than her. And then she was like, no, I can't have him gone for 3 days. That's going to fuck my shit up. So anyways, I digress. Um, so yeah, so my dose goes the way I cut it. Cut it into a square. Well, you take the 8 milligram strip and you have it into 4 slots, or you cut it into 4 pieces, which is 4 2 milligram pieces, all not the long way, but the shorter way. So those 4 pieces each are 2 milligrams. You can cut those pieces each in half, and it's like basically a square, one equal square. I think it's a little off of a square. Like it's a little bit more of a rectangle, two rectangles, but it's close enough to a square to call it a square. So from that is 1 milligram, and then you cut off one corner, one fourth of it, and then it gives you 3/4 of a milligram, aka 0.75 milligrams, aka a good close to the jumping milligrams. You know, close to the milligrams people jump off of. So I'm getting excited for that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I don't know. This video didn't have a whole lot. I just talked a whole lot of nonsense. But that, yeah. So where I'm at, less than a milligram. Getting down to the jumping doses. Didn't feel too much discomfort by going so slow. Diarrhea was always there regardless. Something with my opiate receptors in my stomach and the amount we have in our stomach. I don't know. But yeah. So that's where I'm at. Getting close, guys. Getting close. Everybody, have a great and productive day. Stay positive. The fake pandemic is over. So that's great news for. This is great news. All right. Have a good one. Bye.